Before you choose, don't look for the most beautiful staircase. Don't choose the one that looks easiest, and don't choose the one you think you should choose. Just look quietly. Let your eyes move across the 4 staircases. Notice which one pulls you in first. A staircase is different from a path. A path asks you where you want to go. A bridge asks you what you are ready to cross. But a staircase asks something deeper. It asks what part of you is ready to rise. Every staircase requires effort. Every step asks something from you. Your patience, your courage, your faith, your honesty. Some staircases lead back to yourself. Some lead upward through difficulty. Some lead toward recognition and success. And some disappear into the unknown, where you cannot see what waits at the top. But the staircase you choose first may reveal the kind of growth your soul is quietly preparing for. So take one slow breath. Look again. Which staircase feels familiar? Which one feels like it has been waiting for you? When you're ready, choose one staircase and listen to what it may be trying to tell you. Staircase 1. The forest staircase. If the forest staircase called to you first, there is a part of you that is trying to grow quietly, not loudly, not dramatically, not in a way that everyone can see, but deeply, like roots beneath the soil. This staircase does not lead to a palace. It does not promise applause. It does not ask you to prove anything. It simply rises through the forest, one step at a time. And maybe that is exactly what your life has been asking from you lately. One step, then another, then another. Even when the progress feels small, even when no one notices, even when you wonder if anything is truly changing. The forest staircase belongs to people who have been healing in silence, people who have carried more than they say, people who look calm on the outside while quietly rebuilding something inside. You may have spent a long time trying to become stronger, but not the kind of strength that looks impressive, the kind that helps you wake up again, continue again, trust again, love again, believe again. This staircase suggests that your current season is not about rushing. It is about returning to your own rhythm, returning to your own voice, returning to the parts of yourself that became quiet because life became too heavy. You may have compared your life to other people, their success, their timing, their confidence, their direction, and somewhere along the way, you may have asked yourself, why am I not there yet? But the forest does not grow by comparison. A tree does not ask why another tree is taller. A flower does not apologize for blooming later. Everything grows according to its own season. And maybe that is the message this staircase has for you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not failing just because your growth has been quiet. Some of the most important changes in your life are happening where no one else can see. Your mind is becoming clearer. Your heart is becoming softer without becoming weaker. Your boundaries are becoming stronger. Your energy is becoming more honest, and slowly you are learning not to abandon yourself just to be accepted by others. That is growth, real growth, the kind that changes how you live, not just how you look to the world. If you chose this staircase, your subconscious may be asking you to stop forcing your transformation to happen faster. You are not meant to climb the staircase in panic. You are meant to climb it with presence, slowly, carefully, honestly, because where you are going requires a version of you that cannot be rushed. Every step is teaching you how to trust yourself again. Every pause is teaching you that rest is not failure. Every quiet day is still part of the climb. So keep going, even if no one claps, even if no one understands, even if the forest still feels long. One day, you will look back and realize you were not stuck. You were growing roots, and roots always grow first before anything beautiful can rise. Staircase 2. The mountain staircase. If the mountain staircase caught your attention first, there is something inside you that has stopped looking for comfort. You are looking for meaning. This staircase is not hidden inside a peaceful forest. It hangs along the side of a mountain, high above the ground, surrounded by cliffs, clouds, and uncertainty. Every step reminds you how far you could fall, yet somehow you kept looking at it. That says something. This staircase often calls people who have reached a turning point, not because life became easier, but because staying where they are has become more painful than climbing higher. You may be carrying a decision that no one else can make for you, a job, a relationship, a dream, a version of yourself that no longer fits. You already know something must change. You just don't know how difficult the climb will be. The mountain staircase doesn't promise certainty. It offers perspective. Every step upward changes what you can see. Not because the world changes, because you do. Sometimes we spend years waiting to feel confident before taking the first step. But confidence rarely comes first. Action does, then experience, then confidence. The people who reach the highest places are rarely the ones who never felt fear. They are usually the ones who kept climbing while feeling it. This staircase is asking you one question. What are you still waiting for? Permission? Guarantees? The perfect moment? Or proof that you won't fail? The mountain cannot give you those things. It only gives you one step, and then another. Maybe lately, you've been doubting your abilities, wondering if you're enough, wondering if you've missed your chance, wondering if someone else is simply more capable. But mountains don't care who starts first. They only reveal who keeps climbing. Every difficult season has been preparing you for a higher view. Every disappointment, every mistake, every setback has quietly built a version of you that knows how to survive. You may not give yourself enough credit for that. You survived things that once felt impossible. You adapted, you learned, you continued, and now this staircase appears because part of you is ready to stop surviving. Kiruni Kthudaniranor and start ascending, not for status, not to impress anyone, but because you have outgrown the place where you stand now. The climb will not be easy. Some people will not understand why you left. Some will think you've changed. They're right. You have. Growth always changes the view, and sometimes it changes who is still walking beside you. If you chose this staircase, your subconscious may be telling you that your next chapter requires courage, more than certainty. You don't need to see the entire mountain. You only need the next step, because every summit was once just another staircase that someone was afraid to climb. Staircase 3, the palace staircase. If the palace staircase was the one that drew you in, there is a part of you that has become tired of thinking small. This staircase does not hide its destination. It rises towards something grand, something beautiful, something that almost feels out of reach. Some people look at it and immediately think, "That's too much. It isn't for me. I could never belong there." But you kept looking, and that matters, because the staircase often calls people who have spent too much of their lives believing they should settle for less respect, less opportunity, less happiness, less confidence, less life. Somewhere along the way, you learned to shrink yourself, not because you wanted to, because it felt safer. Safer not to expect too much, safer not to dream too big, safer to avoid disappointment. But the palace staircase doesn't speak to the version of you that plays small. It speaks to the version that already knows. You were meant for more, not more money, not more attention, not more admiration, more alignment, more purpose, more freedom to become who you truly are. Many people mistake ambition for ego, but they are not the same thing. Ego says, "I want to be better than everyone." Purpose says, "I want to become the fullest version of myself." Those are very different journeys. This staircase doesn't ask you to chase status. It asks you to stop running away from your own potential. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have you declined because you assumed you weren't ready? How many dreams did you quietly abandon before anyone else had the chance to reject them? How many times did you choose the familiar instead of the meaningful? Sometimes, the greatest prison isn't failure, it's self-doubt, the belief that someone else deserves the life you secretly want. But this staircase suggests something else. It suggests that deep inside, you already know what you're capable of. You just haven't fully believed it yet. Notice something about this staircase. Every step leads upward. None of them skip ahead. Even the grandest palace can only be reached one step at a time. Success is rarely one giant moment. It's usually hundreds of quiet decisions made consistently. Choosing discipline when excuses feel easier. Choosing honesty when pretending would be simpler. Choosing growth when comfort keeps calling you back. If you chose this staircase, your subconscious may be reminding you that you no longer need to apologize for wanting a bigger life. You don't need permission to dream bigger. You don't need approval to become more. The only question is whether you are willing to become the person who can stand at the top without doubting that you belong there. Because maybe the palace has never been too far away. Maybe you've simply spent too many years standing at the bottom, telling yourself it wasn't meant for you. Staircase 4. The staircase hidden in the mist. If the final staircase was the one that called you, then your journey may not be about finding answers. It may be about learning to keep walking without them. This staircase is different. You cannot see where it ends. You cannot tell what waits at the top. The mist keeps everything hidden, and yet, something inside you still wanted to step forward. That is important. because this staircase rarely calls people who need certainty. It calls people who are standing between two versions of their life. The old one no longer feels right. The new one hasn't arrived yet. You are in between, and in between is one of the hardest places to be. Nothing feels stable. Nothing feels clear. Some days you think you're moving forward. Other days, it feels like you're walking in circles. The fog can make progress feel invisible, but invisible doesn't mean it isn't happening. Think about walking through real fog. You rarely see the destination. Sometimes you can't even see 10 steps ahead. But if you keep moving, the road continues to reveal itself. Life works the same way. Many people believe they need clarity before they begin, but often clarity arrives because they begin. This staircase may appear when you've been asking questions like, what should I do? Am I making the right decision? Why can't I see what comes next? Maybe those questions have no answers right now, not because you're lost, because you're still becoming the person who can understand the answer. There are seasons when life speaks loudly, and there are seasons when life whispers. This is a whisper, a quiet invitation to trust what cannot yet be explained. Trust the feeling, trust the direction, trust the small voice that keeps telling you, keep going, even when your mind keeps asking for proof. You may be someone who has survived by controlling everything, planning everything, predicting everything, preparing for every possible outcome. That strategy protected you, but it may also be exhausting you. The mist doesn't respond to control. It responds to presence. One careful step, then another, not because you know what will happen, because you accept that you don't. There is a quiet strength inside people who keep walking through uncertainty, not because they're fearless, because they've learned that fear doesn't have to decide their direction. If you chose this staircase, your subconscious may be telling you that the chapter you're entering cannot be seen yet, not because it's empty, because it's still being written. One decision, one conversation, one ordinary day may change everything, and you'll only discover it if you keep climbing. Perhaps the fog has never been there to stop you. Perhaps it has been there to teach you how to trust yourself, even when you cannot see the top. Now, look back at the staircase you chose, not because it predicts your future, but because it reflects something that already exists inside you. The quiet healer, the courageous climber, the one ready to rise, or the one learning to trust the unseen. None of these staircases are better than the others. They simply reveal different seasons of the same journey. And perhaps, months from now, you would choose a different one, because you will be a different person. Before you leave, tell me which staircase you chose, and whether its message felt true. Sometimes, the first choice we make isn't about the staircase at all. It's about the version of ourselves that has been waiting to take the first step. There is something beautiful about a staircase. Unlike a door, it doesn't open all at once. Unlike a bridge, it doesn't carry you from one side to another in a single crossing. A staircase asks for something different, one step, again and again. No matter which staircase you chose tonight, remember this: your life has never changed because of one giant moment. It changed because of small decisions repeated over time. The conversation you almost didn't have, the opportunity you almost ignored, the apology you almost never gave, the dream you almost gave up on. Each one was only a single step, but together they became an entirely different life. Perhaps the staircase you noticed first was never trying to tell you where your future is. Perhaps it was quietly reminding you that your future is being built by the step you choose today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, you don't need to become fearless. You don't need to know every answer. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You only need the courage to take the next step, and after that, another, then another, until one day you'll look back and realize the person who first stood at the bottom of the staircase no longer exists. Not because life became easier, because you kept climbing. Thank you for spending these quiet moments with me. Until we meet again, listen closely to your inner whisper